Hey, it's Alex Jaffe, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Alright, sickos. Zuka here. Time to cut the bullshit. It's time for It's Just Music with LB Sickning. Now I know something technical's gonna go wrong during this video. Just about every episode has a fuck up. And if you can catch it, write it down in the comments. Enjoy the show. Whoop whoop.
2021. Haha.
Yeah.
I see the signals, it's simple, bliss by the symbols. It's across the soul, it's just crime scene, it's just a riddle. Implications, it's a murder, suspect his own brother. There's 100 ways to die, he used pressure, pedal, smother. Ayy, why'd you go do that? I told you once I'm a real cool cat until you double cross me. And then you go and lost me. A Polaroid, a picture perfect till I look behind the curtain. Now I know that shit was worth it, now I know that shit's for certain. Homie, where they do that at? My heart's gone numb and your brain's gone splat. Ain't nothing but a sewer rat, I guess they call me Shredder's cat. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, watch them every Saturday. Brotherly love is child's play, till we took his life away. With all this time we put in, just wanna be somebody. Soon something's got to give.
Hey, Chris Ballou from the Presidents of the United States of America.
Yo, what's happening, y'all? This is Wishbone, both of us in motherfucking Harvard.
Yo, what up? It's Jerry Robinson with Strange Music.
Yo, what up, Campo? It's your boy Smo.
Razor Ray here in the face.
You're watching It's Just Music.
What's up, world? It's your boy Chill Will in the building, man. Y'all already know what's going on. There's a whole lot of gang shit going on my side, you feel me?
Yo, this is Scum here with Lyrical Stuff Productions out of Denver, Colorado.
Yo, what's happening? This Pope from Project Born, and it's Just Music, and you rockin' with SicKKo ENT.
What up? It's Cody Master, repping LSD.
Man, this is A.O. Dre, and you are watching Just Music.
I'm Jason Dawes from LB Entertainment, and you're watching It's Just Music.
It's your boy Cognito. You're watching It's Just Music.
LB Sickning, SicKKo Entertainment.
What's up? This is Frank Nitty from Project Born, and it's Just Music.
Your boy Chuckles, the head hunter clown here.
Yeah, what up, Chuck? My boy LB Sickning.
And it's Just Music.
What up, y'all? LB Sickning, making another video for my sickos, and today I'm doing the show a little bit different. First of all, I got my aunt on the show. This is a family member. Obviously, I just said she's my fucking aunt. Go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hello, I'm Diane.
Aunt Diane, you know what I'm saying? She had a huge part in my upbringing, and I love this woman. She's one of my favorite family members for sure. Anyways, kiss my ass. Don't look at me like that. Hell. So, anyways, so I was at the Gathering of the Juggalos this year, you know what I'm saying? This shit was fun as hell. And I went to see Clownvis, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Clownvis. And Clownvis had an opener that night, and you know what I'm saying? I got him on the show, and instead of, you know, obviously he doesn't do music, he's a comedian, so instead of like showing his music, because obviously he doesn't have any, we're just going to show some underground music that he enjoys. So let's get into this first track, you know what I'm saying? You ready to review this shit?
Yes.
I think the dude's name goes by Molly. The song's called Flyin'. I'm pretty sure in the interview he talks about these guys a little bit. So make sure you stay tuned. You get to hear this motherfucker's interview. It'll be dope. You know what I'm saying? Let's go.
Flying high, feels so good flying high. Feels so good flying high, feels so good flying high. 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 Feels so good flying high.
I never thought I'd see the sun again down on me. I look around and it's sweet. I'm grateful that I can breathe. I throw a two up for peace and those we lost in the street. Really hope they hey yo, we fly different, ride different, vibe different. See me sign ceiling with my ribbons, fly filling in my eyes vision. Define prism, I'ma die living until I'm at high distance till forever, ain't no time ticking. The only cat that got one life, but he need 9 women. I'm fine with it, ain't no beefing, I'm just trying to get it. Ain't talking money, talking joy until I'm Oh Lord, I take your mind from prison, that fresh air is me. I made it my religion. You see the cloth I'm cut from, such a fine incision. Don't subscribe, the limits is why we are
flying high. Yeah. Feel so good flying high. 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 Feel so good flying high.
They said I got too confident, I said I'm rolling too high. Who the fuck is you guys? Just know the shade won't shine. All I'm needing in this world is a couple dollars. I'm done speeding, need a girl with some lower mileage. Love certain, it ain't no maybes in this baby. See that love working, and hate's ironic though when it's all because they love hurting. I swear to God I never change, I've been the same person. While I'm standing alone, they racing to be the same version. And cars that don't give you drive, chains that can't set you free, pills that make the pain worse. In life it gave me lemons, but I guess I needed less lime. And really they see me think it's easy, but I gotta say it's hard. And I make nothing if I stall, and I gotta fly, avoid the fall. Do the right thing, that was a lesson that I got from my grandma. We cooking, boy, and watch them starve.
The shape I took, the words I chose, held my shoulders in submissive pose, like they knew how, but I missed the memory. Such a malleable child, walked behind the key master for miles, like Violet just waited till they pushed me through the door. Now I'm soaring down Mill Creek Road, yellow gravel fields of green gold. Every twist and turn I know, effortless is this kind of existence. So yeah, my mind.
I actually really enjoyed that. What'd you think?
I liked the beat and I liked the pretty flowers and everything else in it.
Pretty flower.
Right, it was a great video. Yeah, that girl.
Video was awesome.
Yeah, the girl had a really good voice. I really liked that a lot. Yeah, I give it a
9.
You give it a 9? I was gonna say 8.5. Hell yeah, that's what's up, man. So let's get into some of this interview with this comedian, and we'll get back to another song here in a little bit. Check it out.
This is Clownbus, and you're watching It's Just Music. Is that good? Thank you. I'm not gonna grow a beard. Maybe if I play, maybe if I had, if for a movie, like if I had to do, if I was gonna be in the A Star Is Born, I would grow a beard. If I was Lady Gaga's part.
What up, y'all? LB Sickning making another video for my sickos. I got a contest going on. Do you rap? Do you make music? Pop? Country? Whatever the hell it is? Well, I got a great contest for you. You trying to work with SicKKo ENT? Go into the link of the description of this video. Download this beat. Make your track to it. Give me your hottest 16. Your hottest hook. Kill this shit. The winner will be decided 90 days from today. So check it out, this is what you get. You get a full mix and master track and a beat from us for completely free. That's $1,000 worth of shit. Make sure you download this beat and kill this shit for us. Happy contest. So what's up, man? I'm LB Sickning. Welcome to It's Just Music. Go ahead and introduce yourself for the people that don't know who you are.
Hey, I'm Alex Jaffe. I'm a stand-up comic from Minneapolis, St. Paul, Minnesota. I just recently performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos, so that was like awesome. I'm not quite sure what else you want me to say.
Right, that shit was pretty cool to see live, man. I really liked your performance. I'm actually going to show it in the show. You know what I'm saying? The footage I got of it. What I was most impressed with was you had what, like a 7-minute set, something like that?
It was like 5 to 6.
Right.
Yeah.
The first minute or so, you were getting booed. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And by the end of it, everybody was pretty much a standing ovation. You know what I'm saying? You completely brought the crowd back. That was really impressive to see. You were very, very funny. So let's go ahead and get into these questions, man. What first got you into comedy? What got you into doing this?
Well, I mean, I was always kind of like a smart ass growing up and stuff. But then one of my problems was I hated public speaking. Like even like raising my hand in class was just not going to happen. Getting up, giving a speech. I mean, I would actually pretend to be sick, so then that way I wouldn't have to give a speech. Then fast forward to when I was in junior college, I took a interpersonal communications class with a professor that was an absolute like miracle worker. And then the next semester, I did stand-up comedy for the first time at a club that's located on the 4th floor of the Mall of America. And like the rest has been history. And then what's crazy about the stand-up comedy, though, is when I performed at the Gathering of the Juggalos, though, it's like I was actually coming off of being off stage for a little over a year because I ended up getting like really bad depression. Long story short, I lost a job and a relationship ended in the same week. So I didn't really handle that very well. Right. Anyway, so I just needed something to basically, shoot for, like Babe Ruth calling a shot. And that happened to be the Gathering of the Juggalos because I, applied for it and I didn't hear back from them for a while. I'm thinking like, they probably think I suck, whatever. I'm used to it as a comic. Then I got a phone call late night on a Tuesday from Rob or Jump Steady, right, basically saying like, hey, you're fresh, you're funny, you want to perform at the Gathering? Yes. And he's like, okay, cool, you're opening for Clownvis. And there's just a long pause on my part, and he goes like, is there something wrong? And I go, what's a Clownvis? At that time, I had no idea who Clownvis is because there's so many comics out there. And he's like, oh, he's a comic, he's really great. I'm like, okay, cool. So I checked him out. I'm like, okay, awesome. And then I, took about a month or so before I got doing the Gathering of Juggalos or whatever. I had to kind of wait for these antidepressants to kind of wear off because I was on them for about a year, and then it's like almost like when those things like finally stopped being like in my head. Basically, I was like, okay, cool, I'm ready to actually get back on stage. And that time it was about a month away from the Gathering, so then I basically had to like relearn my sets, my cadence, my everything, though, and I was just hitting as many open mics as I could in like the Twin Cities region. So when you saw me at the Gathering of the Juggalos, though, I was only back for about a month, though, after about a year plus hiatus. Right. So yeah. Yeah, man, that's a hell of a story. I'm glad I got to see you that night. I actually skipped Ouija Mac for the first time. I mean, that's saying something to go see Clownvis, and I did not even know you were there that night. Oh yeah, I mean, like I was actually holding off, like making the announcement of like, yeah, I'm performing at the Gathering, because I sent like a little bio about myself, a picture to Jump Steady, and I was just waiting for them to announce it because I didn't want to, blow up their spot or whatever, and then
Right.
just like nothing got mentioned. Like I'm not even in the program or whatever. So it's like, oh, okay. So I'm thinking like, darn, I could have been like advertising this, like, you know, leading up to it, but whatever.
Hey man,
So,
it was a cool surprise for sure.
hell yeah.
So who inspired you to get into comedy?
Once again, though, it's been like like I've always been kind of a smart ass, but what happened was when I went to the Mall of America's House of Comedy, though, for my birthday, this was like the semester I ended up doing stand-up for the first time. One of the people that was the one of the waitresses in my area, whatever, was actually in my science class, though, that I was in at that time. And afterwards, I remember asking her, like, you know, like, hey, how do I do this open mic? And she's like, oh, you know, just email Brody the booker. And I'm like, okay. So then I ended up emailing him, though, and I ended up getting my first set in like April 2012, I believe.
Yeah, man, hell yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, how would you describe your comedy? I know at the Gathering it was definitely morbid and a little dark, Jeffrey Dahmer joke, shit like that.
Oh,
how is your comedy typically, or was that how it is?
That's generally speaking kind of how it is, though. It's like I don't necessarily swear very much in my comedy like anymore. Back in the day, it was like, yeah, I'm edgy. I say the stuff that people don't want to hear and whatever. Now it's like more like, you know, dark, kind of witty, though. It's like I'm fairly smart, though, so it kind of comes across in the stand-up, I believe.
Right.
So that's kind of how I would describe it, though. It's like I want to be more of, I'm trying to get more of like storytelling sort of stuff, but for the most part, I'm kind of more of like a 1 to 5 liner, though. But unlike, you know, Mitch Hedberg, who just bounces around or whatever, I kind of stay on like topic.
Right.
So yeah.
Yeah, I really love how you turned it around. You know what? We're going to show a piece of your comedy right now.
Egan, Minnesota. Juggalos, put your hands together. Whoop whoop, as loud as you can for Alex Jaffe.
Hello, gathering of the Juggalos Dream Stage. How we doing? Yeah, I'm Alex Jaffe, and something's been really bothering me. Last week, I accidentally hit a service dog in the face hard. Because of me, I put this service dog out of service. And this service dog might require a service dog of its own. Or possibly a little monkey that could ride it. I mean, this sort of thing's been keeping me up at night. You know, come to think about it, my grandma actually had her own service animal. Its name was my dad. He took his job really seriously. He'd fetch her slippers. He'd wait curled up at her feet. And he'd even wear a little vest that says, "Don't pet me, I'm working." I mean, we're a hairy family, but it's a soft fur. But now since my grandma died, since my grandma died, you know, my dad's no longer her service animal. Now it's Worms. Yeah. Worms are now her service animal. Now, don't get me wrong, I love my grandma, but in her last few years, she had this hobby, bowling. I mean, she was 93 years old. You would have thought that she had this walking thing figured out. Yeah. But then again, when she was my age, her hobby was raw dogging World War II vets. And then when I was younger, her hobby was cooking. Meth? Oh man, I wish I really missed those home-cooked meals. Sunday dinner. So I'm down about 130 pounds from my heaviest. Yeah, hell yeah. I'm on the Stephen King diet. I hit a gypsy with my car. Losing all this weight has been absolutely life-changing. I mean, I can finally hang myself. But underneath all this, I have kind of an excess skin problem, so I kind of look like a human Shar-Pei. I'm about 50 pounds away from having my own wingsuit, so I can just fly swirled around the gathering. I'm about a year away from having the surgery to get the skin removed. Like, not all the skin, just the excess. But I'm gonna see if I can keep the skin that's removed, so I can turn it into clothing and accessories. It'd be like something out of Simplicity's Ed Gein collection. That's quite the wallet you've got there. But why does it have a nipple? Jeffrey Dahmer's from Milwaukee, meaning it's a great place to meet people and eat people. If the news has taught me anything, nothing good is ever found in a crawl space. And a cemetery is just a people garden. I once went out with a woman who liked true crime, and it kind of sucked because I had to up my game. I once got my girlfriend a puppy. She didn't like it because apparently she wanted one that was alive. I found a way to make suicide more palatable. Flavored gun barrels. We have menthol, Cool Ranch, Ghost Pepper if you want to go out kicking. And for Grandma and Grandpa, we have root beer, barrel, flavored gun barrels for those with taste and a will to die. I don't get along with my mom. I think it's because we're not astrologically compatible. Me being a Capricorn and her being a cunt. She had these weird language hang-ups when I was growing up. Like, we weren't allowed to say fart. Instead, we had to say pop. Like, did you pop? Or, sorry, I popped. Till this day, I still can't eat Rice Krispies. She was also the one that gave us the sex talk. But instead of calling it the vagina, she called it the birth canal. So in my formative years, I knew of 3 canals. The Panama, the Suez, and the birth. The first 2 allowed ships to pass through, and the last one, humans. Then again, they all accepted semen. I think that's gonna do it for me. I've been Alex Jaffe. Coming up next is your headliner, Clownvis.
Yo, this is Eddie Cuts, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo Entertainment. Hello.
Yeah, that last video definitely deserves more than 1,000 views. That last song we played. Mm-hmm. Yeah, for sure. Get the hell off your phone. We're on a TV show.
Fuck you.
You want to get on the next track? You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So this is. Yeah, fucking look. I can't see.
You want my glasses? I got them in the bedroom.
I think it's called Sage Francis. Love the Lie. This sounds interesting. You ready?
Ready.
I liked it. I thought it was alright. I really liked the... I don't know what the animation's called. I always call it Gumby animation, where it's like you just move, take a picture, and then it...
Like a robot.
Yeah. And we were talking about that too. It kind of reminded us of that robot cartoon. Man, I can't remember the name of that shit, man.
I don't either.
I think Will Smith was the
voice.
Yeah. I think it was Will. I don't know. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let's get into some more of this interview. Check it out.
Listen, you already know what it is, man. This is Nonsense, a.k.a. Dog Genius, a.k.a. Chris Nonsense, a.k.a. Nonsense is Dog Genius, a.k.a. Nah, I'm just playing. You already know what it is, man. Listen, we are listening to, and of course, freaking watching, It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Dun, dun, dun.
Screaming. Ha! Don't give a fuck. Yeah. Wake up. Blow your eardrums out. Yeah. For the good SicKKo ENT. SicKKo ENT. SicKKo. Ha! I came here to commit a homicide. Hate the sound of how you breathe. You gotta die. Clean with hydrogen, bleach, peroxide. I know how to make it look like a suicide.
Cut 'em up, rip 'em up, yeah. Murder a cinema, yeah. But where are the chimera? Pain I deliver the, yeah. Death blow, run the shit, death row. Embrace your fate, let go. Take it back, retro. Time to feed, come on. Off the leash, filled with greed, yeah. Summon the beast, it's me. Want to meet ya, hungry so I just might eat ya. But where the feature, pitch and heat is like Vegeta. Come take the medicine, bitches be meddling. Underground veteran, look at the measuring. Pay the piper, words of gas, flick the lighter. Ignite the flames, think I'm gone, I'm right beside ya. Don't know no better, we can burn together. No forgiveness, revenge be clever. This is the basics, grind in the matrix. Hang with these masons until we escape this.
I came here to commit a homicide. Hate the sound of how you breathe, you gotta die. Clean with hydrogen, bleach, peroxide. I know how to make it look like a suicide. I came here to commit a homicide. Hate the sound of how you breathe, you gotta die. Clean with hydrogen, bleach, peroxide. I know how to make it look like a suicide.
I heard a knock on the door, it's a dude with balls. He kicked in my door and punched through the wall. Then he got in my face and he blew his calm and said I'm guilty as fuck till I prove him wrong. So I cocked my Glock and shot through his jaw. Popped another rock through his balls. Homicided exes, I fool them all because they won't prove shit with some luminol. I dragged his body to the bathtub, grabbed a saw and I hacked up his limbs off of his torso. That's what they get when they act up. That's what you get when you come to my crib and you wanna act up like a motherfucking fool. Y'all motherfuckers gonna find out quick that you don't fuck around with the one-man crew. I'm reckless till they're necklace. Fingers and toes on my necklace. Checking lids off on my checklist. Eating their organs for breakfast. I'm the bestest and the deadliest. All my victims think I'm the friendliest till I chloroform them and they pass out and wake up in my dungeon of emptiness. And the sexiest, get it worst of all, I have the most unquenchable thirst of all. I wanna hurt the broad till it bursts my balls in her personal walls and it squirts her off. These dumb bitches all think that they're dope till they come face to face with a stone cold killer. That's why I love it when I make a hoe squeal with my knife and my dick when my loads gon' fill her.
I came here to commit a homicide. Hate the sound of how you breathe, you gotta die. Clean with hydrogen, bleach, peroxide. I know how to make it look like a suicide. I came here to commit a homicide. Hate the sound of how you breathe, you gotta die. Clean with hydrogen, bleach, peroxide. I know how to make it look like a suicide.
Pre-recorded show.
Okay, that makes sense.
So what's your creative process like? Do you write all your jokes or are you just off the head?
Oh no, I write out my jokes though, and basically the way that I would do this though is like I would write out my jokes though, and then I would figure out like, you know, let's say I'm talking about my mom, then I'm talking about drugs, then I'm talking about suicide, then I kind of go like, okay, this is how I segue into this to segue into that and that sort of thing. That's how kind of how I build up a set. And then some people, you know, really rehearse like the wording, which I do. So then that way I can kind of figure out, okay, this is like 30 seconds, this is 45. So it's like, okay, I have 6 minutes or whatever. I'm going to plan for about 5 minutes, 20 seconds though, for just in case I screw up or there's a laugh or whatever. And then generally speaking, like if you would have seen my set list though, going into the gathering, basically it would be like numbers like 1 through 7 or whatever. And it'd be like suicide, mom, gun barrels, you know, stuff like that though. So then like you'd see me like sitting on the side, just kind of counting on my fingers like dun, 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 dun. So then that way, like if you say like, you know, weight loss, I know exactly what that means.
Right.
So I'm not looking over the entire set though, but basically I'm just kind of going like, okay, cool. I know the order and all that sort of stuff.
Tell the story of your worst heckler.
Oh God. The worst heckler. I'm trying to think what the absolute worst heckler was. I've actually had more like hell dates though, as opposed to actual heckling. The worst dates I've actually had doing stand-up or whatever was like one time I, you know, just came back from Israel though. I wasn't doing stand-up there. I was just on a trip. And then like right when the show started, or whatever, I was feeling fine. And then about an hour later, when I was going to go on, then the jet lag just hit me, you know.
Right.
And then it's like then I just became extremely tired. I accidentally unplugged the mic a couple times, and it just, losing my spot. It went horrible. And then I go back and I sit down and I'm thinking, well, hopefully nobody noticed that. And then just people just kind of, came up to me and just like putting their hand on my shoulder and then walking away. And another person puts their hand on my shoulder and walks away. And I'm like, oh my God, I just want to dig myself in like underneath this carpet though. And then this guy, Fancy Ray, comes up, and he's basically like a famous like local pitchman in the Twin Cities region. He shows up and once again, hand on the shoulder. I'm like, oh my God, I bombed in front of Fancy Ray. So that was horrible. And then there was a time that I'm getting ready for the stand-up or whatever, and I see a bunch of people coming in, and I'm like, okay, whatever. And then I get up on stage, and I just see this sea of just like large hats, and I realize, oh crap, this is a church group.
Oh.
So, and they didn't like my stuff at all.
I bet not.
I remember performing in like basically a redneck bar or whatever, and like it was like a karaoke machine, and it was just rigged up like really horribly. And I'm doing my stuff, and I'm realizing like, oh, these people aren't probably paying attention to my stuff, so I'm going to go political. And I'm barely left leaning. And then I realized that they were listening, they just didn't like my stuff, and I just heard this like tsunami of boos. And then I got off stage, I headed outside, ready to get paid or whatever, and people are coming up like, hey man, you're really funny. I'm like, dude, you were just booing me. What the hell? So, I mean, like I've had hell dates like that though, of like no real like individual hecklers stood out though, but like overall, sets though stand out of like, wow, that did not go well.
Right, man. Hey man, I commend you for keeping going, you know what I'm saying? The music business, the comedy business, it's all, I mean, they're hand in hand, they're one and the same in a way, especially when it comes to comments from fans, you know what I'm saying, and trolling and things like that a lot.
Exactly.
Like you said, that guy was kind of heckling you and then said, hey man, you were pretty funny, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah, like when I was getting ready to do the stand-up at the gathering though, it's like I saw some of the sets of like Charlie Murphy doing it and Norm Macdonald and whatever, but I kind of glanced over that, but because people like that can kind of get through just by their reputation and whatnot. So I actually found some of the sets done by like the opening acts, and I just saw some of them just completely fail, and I just kind of realized it's like, okay, the gathering, it's almost like dealing with a dog, it's like you can't show any fear, you stutter, you stammer, you whatever, and they will just eat you alive. So basically that's the way that I, presented myself though. It's like I cannot let the crowd throw me off even a little bit. Toward the end though, it's like I would have like paused a little bit more for laughter in a regular comedy venue, but I just knew that there was probably going to be some heckling going on. There might have been something going on. So I said the joke, I waited a breath, and then I went on to the new thing though, because once again, I didn't need like, more stuff from the crowd or whatever, so.
All right, man.
Yep.
Can you spell it? Can you read that? What the fuck is his name? Can't read it?
Not from here, I can't.
I don't think anyway. Look, I want to introduce the other guest on my show. This is, what the hell's this dog's name again? Zelma. Reminds me of Zima. Remember them?
Uh-huh.
Tastes like water and shit.
She's my support dog.
Sure, she's a good pup. I take her for car rides and shit. So check it out, man. Let's get into some more of this music, you know what I'm saying? I do not know how... Get off my mic. I do not know how to pronounce this dude's name. So if you want to know who the fuck it is, if you're on YouTube, you can go to the link in the description of the video. If you're on, Apple or whatever this show gets shown on, Signature Series Network, shout out to the homies. Whatever. Check this song out. It's called Guilty, I think.
Peace from freedom. No one can be at peace unless he has his freedom. You can't separate the two.
That shit was really hard and very powerful. What'd you think?
I think it was powerful, but I also didn't care about the message because it reminds me of back in the KKK days.
Right. Well, we can tell a little bit about your history if you want to. That's a hell of a conversation. We can have it on the show. Her dad was, he's been dead for a long time, but her dad was in the Ku Klux Klan.
My whole family was.
And so I was kind of, I mean, we're going to get into some deep shit right here. I was kind of brought up on that shit too, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up and I turned away from all that shit and got into hip hop. And I don't know, over the years, my family started seeing my friends and realizing that shit's wrong, you know what I'm saying? And
it was wrong from the start.
100.
I'd seen it wrong from when I was 14. I got my ass beat for having a black friend when I was in 10th grade. And I don't think it should be Black Lives Matter. I think it should be all lives matter.
I understand when people say that, but that is like a protest to their protest.
I understand that.
Black lives matter, white lives matter, yes, all lives matter, but the all lives matter statement is kind of a protest to the black people's protest. And in my opinion, fuck that statement. Black lives matter. That's a hell of a statement, because it does. A lot of people don't see it that way, you know?
I think it should be everybody.
I agree. It's all wrong, you know? It's all a bunch of wrong shit happens every day, you know what I mean?
All these shootings that's happening, I don't like it.
Word. Let's get into some more of this comedy dude's fucking interview. You know what I'm saying? Get off this topic. I fucking hate this topic. I'm so sick of it. Check it out. So I do believe, just by the name of this fucking song, we're about to check out some horrorcore. You know what I'm saying? I've never heard of this dude. This is Carnage the Executor.
Sounds like the Restless Soul Taker.
This video's got 12,000 views on YouTube, so it's doing pretty good. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah. Congratulations, bro. The song's called Soul Snatcher. You ready?
Yeah.
You're about to watch some horrorcore. That's crazy.
Will never rest. Yes, I just gave you a second to catch your breath. Better yes, told you all that I will predecess. In me treading the warrior circuit, I rep it best. On a lasting quest for that respect that I have yet to get. Regret your step when I shit on your pathetic set. Construction for destruction of man, a dreaded head. On pedestrians, I even perform symbiote weapons test. Check a vest, maybe it's gonna protect the chest. But effortless, I'm worthy with levels to dead and flesh. Wherever threats likely to travel, spider web and spread. No harming glass, the human windshield, you met with death. Amoeba like dwarf and some covers, I let it fret. What the heck is left? Infected mortem, embedded nest. A medic wet, coroner's puke and assess a mess. Vexed, and you, my sweat and pet from an essence fetch.
I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. No longer on earth, sent to low rafters. Spirit belongs to me. Soul Snatcher. I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. Resist, eternally struggle, no laughter. Spirit belongs to me. Soul Snatcher.
Each rigid hit is committed with an art effect. Your mark for death once targeted, but due to pitfalls, choose to switch balls. Secondary method varies, a weapon carry to not get starved. This called Carnage artist withdrawals. Draw with paintbrush, abandoned canvas, but with same nuts. Two main crush, then void, employ, nothing for law pitch. Something a raw hint or lingering fingerprint can't touch. Start a war, knew was me other than being harming more. Brutally suffering, seeing carnivore. Grew to be covering teeth and repulsed by thin shell of a human. Now enveloped, consuming, take control of separate immaterial entity capable of either happiness or misery in a future state, the soul. Taken late and locked in suspension when fed to an adjacent vacant pocket dimension.
I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. No longer on earth, sent to low rafters. Spirit belongs to me. Soul Snatcher. I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. Resist, eternally struggle, no laughter. Spirit belongs to me. Soul Snatcher.
How can this be so damaging? Practically a magic scene. Blasted the heat slashing me. See the flashing gleam of a tractor beam. Be a gaping hole, free to rape your soul as I'm grappling, snatch it clean. In a blur when occur bodily liquidations, I rapidly ask a team of prisoners from similar robbery situations. Introduction to your new family, a more horrific experience you haven't dreamed. As I comb the planet, you'll sit in life force level, but you can choose to make your plight more simple. Choices, agree to carry out services and demands to be followed by semi-merciless for working with, or exist eternally in a mass lockup that has nothing to even manage it with a bunch of bitter rebel heathen savages. Labor or refuse and dwell sick. You got decisions to make. Either way, see you in hell, bitch.
I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. No longer on earth, sent to low rafters. Spirit belongs to me. Soul snatcher. I was slaughtering now, makes it a perfect mood. Now offering salvation for servitude. Resist, eternally struggle, no laughter. Spirit belongs to me. Soul snatcher.
Hey!
It had a good beat.
Yeah, that's what you think? It had a good beat, huh? I think that dude should collaborate with V Sinister. That would be a dope track.
Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to V Sinister, you know what I'm saying? If you don't know who that is, he's on a past episode. I think he was the last, I don't know, he's in the last like 10 shows. Check out some more of this interview. Let's go.
Rapper Vinny Billingsley was chosen from thousands of artists as a finalist in the MySpace talent search. News Center 25's Michelle Leach talked to the hopeful and has more on his sound, goals, and community support.
Till I reach the stars and top the chart.
We had a roller coaster ride, many highs, many lows as well too, but overall we came to this point.
This point for Saginaw rapper Vinny Billingsley, aka V Sinister, is winning a coveted place in a national talent contest.
I made the top 20 out of 40,000 people.
Let's talk about some of this music you sent in. I've never listened to any of these songs. I haven't even made that part of the show yet, so I have no clue what you sent in. You want to talk about them? Are they your friends? What's up?
Yeah. So some of them, I know, like, you know, not super well or whatever. But one of the groups I sent you was Doomtree, and I would want to say that they're basically like the crown jewel of like Minnesota hip hop.
Hell yeah!
It's basically like a super group of like Dessa, Cecil Otter, POS, Sims, Mike McClain, I can't pronounce his last name, Paper Tiger, and Laserbeak. Basically, they've released albums since like 2001, and they are absolutely like incredible. If you wanted to see a good sense of what Minnesota hip hop is, it's them. And the track I sent you was, I believe, Bangarang, which is like one of their like signature tracks off of the No Kings album. That's the first album of theirs that I got. But yeah, they're absolutely amazing. Then there's Mally. I'm not quite sure all that much about him, though. I was asking some of my friends, though, that are like way more into like the underground music, and I believe I can't remember the name of the song that I sent you, though, but it's really cool. Right. Then there's Hap Dozen. He was actually on Atmosphere's Welcome to Minnesota tour. Atmosphere is also a famous group from Minnesota, and check them out. They have an album that's called God Loves Ugly. Sage Francis, I can't remember where he's from. I want to say somewhere on the East Coast, like Brooklyn or whatnot. He kind of does like kind of spoken word rap, though. And the first album I got of his was called Life. That's where the song Love the Lie is from. He has a song that's called Little Houdini that I would have sent you, but they don't have like an official music video from it. And actually, it's a story song that's based on a real life story. There was a guy that was he liked to steal cars and stuff, and they actually nicknamed him like Little Houdini because he was probably like 5'0", and basically like he was being transported to like one prison to another, and he escaped. He like stole cars. He ended up stealing a vehicle, a tour bus that was owned by like Crystal Gale, the country music singer at the Daytona International Speedway, because he wanted to see his mom before she died, and it was an absolute crazy song or whatever. And I'm thinking like, okay, that's cool. And then fast forward, I was watching one of those like true crime documentaries on like ID Discovery or something, and like, holy crap, it's real, So like, that guy's awesome. Carnage the Executioner, also Minnesota staple. I haven't heard too much from him though, but he's really good. He's actually lost about 125 pounds from like switching up to like a plant-based diet. But he's really cool. I believe that the song I sent you was like Soul Taker.
Yeah, that's inspiring. That's cool.
Yep. Half Dozen. The song I sent you was called Guilty, and that was. And the video has a lot of images from like the George Floyd protests, because obviously that murderous pig got found guilty for killing George.
Right.
Yeah. Let me tell you, man, it's like I don't know if you've seen that video though, but it was just like above and beyond of like, what the hell. So, and of course, like I live probably about 10, 15 minutes from where that happened though. And, that was pretty crazy watching like a whole city burning. But,
I bet.
It's like, as Martin Luther King said, wasn't it like something like a riot is like the voice of the unheard or something like that?
Yeah, man.
So, yeah.
Yeah, for sure. I don't disagree with any of the riots at all.
Oh, yeah, exactly. I mean, it's one of those things. It's like in a perfect world, it's like, Minneapolis burning down is like probably is not a good thing. I don't think that should probably happen. But it's one of those things though. It's like after a while though, it's like shit needs to change, and if things don't change, it's like burn it down, go for it.
Right.
So
rebuild.
Yeah, exactly. You can replace buildings, you can't replace people. But go on.
What is one message you'd like to give to your fans? Only your fans. The rest of the world can't hear you.
Only my fans. Basically, keep doing what you're doing. Find me on, Facebook, Instagram, Alex Jaffe Comedy. The one, the only, the Jaffe off of Facebook. I mean, I'll see you around. Hopefully, I'm still plugging away. Hopefully, finding a job that's a remote gig though, so then that way my range will open up a bit more, because like when I did the gathering I had to take off about a week and a half from my day job, but hopefully speaking though, it's like a remote gig will open up though, so then that way I can spend a week in hopefully whatever city's next to yours or whatever.
Right, man. I mean, it worked out for you. Look, you're getting on a TV show and shit for it, you know what I mean? So
hell yeah, man.
You know what I mean? I'm gonna ask the most famous question on the show. What is your most useless talent?
Oh God, most useless talent. I just have like a bastion of useless information in my head, though. From like,
oh, me too.
God, I mean, one of the things I do on my dating apps, though, is basically I'll send people like a copy paste thing of like, which one would you like? Standard introduction, pickup line, conspiracy theory, and then fun fact. And I have them all worded out a certain way, so then that way I can weed out people that I don't really want to talk to. So the fun fact I always send people if they select fun fact is, did you know that wombats have square poops? And so
no clue.
Oh, they do. And the secret for that is because of the shape of their intestines. And then they're really territorial, so they like stack them up to mark their territory. So they like play with blocks. It's like, isn't that cute? But so it's like if I match with a woman and I open with like animal shit and she still talks to me, that's someone I want to talk to, as opposed to like someone's like a prude or whatever. It's like, nah, I don't need that.
You reminded me of some meme I saw on Facebook where that animal takes a shit and they make coffee out of it. What the hell is that?
That's Kopi Luwak coffee. I can't remember the name of the creature that does that or whatever, but they call it Kopi Luwak coffee, and it's super expensive. Oh, and then there's a rapper I think you should also look up. I can't remember. Okay, did you see this Get Up Stand Up MC battle thing at the gathering?
Honestly, no, I didn't watch that one. I don't know. I was gonna like enter in it, and then I didn't, and it's a regret thing. You know what I mean? But
I hear that. So I was watching part of it because I thought the wet T-shirt contest was right after it at the that stage, and then it turned out it would be at the Dream stage. So I just booked it over there for science. Anyway,
How many times have you been to the gathering?
That was my first time at the gathering.
Yeah. Were you there for just that one day, or did you party?
No, I was there the entire time though. All the days. I actually married a couple there.
Hell yeah, man.
So because I became an ordained minister and all that sort of stuff, but I was there the entire time. I mean, I would dip out for an hour or two, each morning though, before everything got started, just to work out and take a shower at the YMCA and buy some bananas at Walmart or whatever. Anyways, one of the guys at the Get Up Stand Up thing, he actually released an album, The Alien Baby EP. I believe it's Scene Lock is how you pronounce his name.
Hey, that's pretty cool.
Anyway, so he was the guy on the MC battle contest or whatever. He was the little person with the little dachshund. And this album is actually a concept album about his dog. And the whole thing is basically how his dog's an alien.
Yeah, I know all about him. His dog's pretty jugga famous.
Oh, hell yeah. I mean, of course, this is my first time meeting him because this is my first time at the gathering. And
it's pretty nice
it's pretty cool. I just wanted to mention that because it's pretty cool stuff. Then I don't know if you saw the way I was dressed the entire time at the gathering, except for the last day and a half or whatever. The bow tie, the suspenders, the dress shirt, and stuff. The reason why I was dressed that way is because I don't dress like that normally.
Right.
But one of the rules that we're told in stand up is basically you always dress a notch above your audience.
Right.
So then that way, you draw attention to yourself. So I'm thinking okay, I'm going to the gathering. How do I do this to an extreme and hopefully not die of heat stroke?
Right.
So that's what I did. So then that way I dressed so crazily like that. So then that way people would come up to me and go hey, what's your deal? And I could go I'm a stand-up comedian. I'm marrying people. I'm opening for Clownvis and whatever. So that's basically what I did though. And I made sure to, walk around the gathering a bunch because even if I wasn't talking to people, at least people would recognize that, who I am and that I'm there and whatever.
I bet after you checked out Clownvis, you were pretty proud to have opened for him, dude.
Oh yeah. I mean, I watched about half of his set though. It was pretty good, and then I headed over to watch JCW because I'm a huge wrestling fan. But then the way that they had the ring set up and stuff, it was just I could not really see very well. So I was oh darn. So I ended up, going to sleep or whatever. But
did you have a chance to meet One Man Crew?
One Man Crew. I didn't meet One Man Crew, but I was hanging out with Mosh Pit Mike. I saw Necro Butcher, guy that used to wrestle as American Kickboxer. That was holy crap. Well, he was wrestling back in IWA Mid-South back in 2001 though. So he's I used to wrestle under this name, and I'm oh my God, I've seen a bunch of your matches, and you were just shocked.
Right. Hell yeah, man.
You're watching It's Just Music.
Why can't everything be perfect? Everybody see that I'm hurting bad. I'm out of service for certain. Seems that I'm sure it's out.
With SicKKo ENT.
Inside I'm crying, inside I'm dying. And I try not to show it. I'm tired of trying, and I'm out of time. And this emptiness is growing. Seems that I'm shutting sound 1,000 times in my mind.
And my boy LB Sickning.
Staring at the pistol once again, trying to get away from all the pain. Sitting in the night, I'm all alone, cause all the friends I had, they up and gone. They don't understand what's in my brain, searching for the sunshine and the rain. Won't you take the stress away from me? Maybe if I die and get some rich. Can anyone help me and show me that it's a better way? Misery loving my company, so we chose to stay. There ain't no reason to warn me because my skies are gray. My final moments I'm crashing and there ain't no escape. Inside I'm crying, inside I'm dying, and I try not to show it.
Brother, did you just hear what happened? What? A car flipped over there. There's a baby stuck inside. We gotta save him. Let's save him. Let's go. Let's go.
some weird names.
Yeah, this is Doomtree Bangarang.
What's the name of the song?
Bangarang. The group is Doomtree. The song's called Bangarang.
So they're gonna bang people.
I have no clue. I haven't seen this. This is the first time we've played any of these songs along with y'all. You know what I'm saying? We ain't never heard this shit either. Real reactions. You know what I'm saying? But let's go. Let's play a track.
You have to put the numbers too.
We'll know it's up to us to fix it. When it aches to make its mind, we'll pick it. Till then we'll steer it. Got a sneer, we'll swim the distance. Fear after persistence, kin by cuss with all decisions. Live with, can't live without by now. That's why we shout so loud. Couple down, all respect allowed. The rest could never doubt. Options offered often. Toss them to the chop and block them. Hostile dodge them. Keep watch what I've been rocking. Whole team got a grip, got it, no polish. Doomtree, Bangarang. All these rappers sound the same. Beats sound the same. Raps sound the same. Wings fan the flames, heat with the fame. 10 years in our lane, Doomtree, Bangarang. Now underneath this canopy, crumbling insanity, bellies rumbling, hungering for the fantasy. Had to see something come from them, had to be crushing savagely. Not your average everyday, nothing short of a master. And the tortures of the past are like a fortune for the future. We've been fortunate enough to know no borders, no rulers. No schools are out of session, no schools out of the question. No tools will go unused and no fools will go unmentioned. And there's a tension in the air we're breathing. We breathe heavy, we breathe largely. Release the levy, feel the tension in the air we're breathing. And breathe heavy, and breathe largely. Release the levy. Doomtree, Bangarang. All these rappers sound the same. Beats sound the same. Raps sound the same. Wings fan the flames. Heat with the fame. 10 years in our lane. Doomtree, Bangarang. Doomtree, Bangarang. All these rappers sound the same. Beats sound the same. Raps sound the same. Wings fan the flames. Heat with the fame. 10 years in our lane. Doomtree, Bangarang. Oh, they hate, they petty, they say we too heady, too heavy, too many, too much perk, much too drunk, too much luck, love too much, yup. But we earned it all work till the curtain calls and our time is up. They ain't got enough, and it burns them up. Before tour and first Ave, it was D4, T-Rock, Toke White, Big Shock, way more than a name drop. But I got y'all, when I see y'all, then I keep y'all. When the beat stops, I built more than a rap career. I got my family here, but some punks wanna jump up with a sharp tongue and they fronts up like we got here by dumb luck. But they just wanna become us, that's what's up when you come up. I move like a dump truck, too long in a road and I earn by the hold. If you wanna let me know, I can burn your flow like whoa. Doomtree, Bangarang. All these rappers sound the same. Beats sound the same. Raps sound the same. Wings fan the flames. Heat with the fame. 10 years in our lane. Doomtree, Bangarang. Doomtree, Bangarang. All these rappers sound the same. Beats sound the same. Raps sound the same. Wings fan the flames. Heat with the fame. 10 years in our lane. Doomtree, Bangarang.
That was entertaining. That was entertaining to see at the least. I love the video. That shit was funny.
I love the video, but geez, he needed to keep his clothes on.
Great video, yo. That shit was awesome. I give that shit a 10. I'm just playing. That ain't no fucking 10. I got 8.5. You know what I'm saying? The video's a 10. The song's 8. The song's 8.5. You're gonna get over all 7.
I like the first one.
You like the first video the best, huh?
Yes.
Well, let's get into the rest of this interview, and then I'll close the show as always. I'm kind of curious what you're gonna pick. Check this out.
Hey guys, Jerry Springer here. And the wrestling guy, One Man Crew, he is doing some really great work. He is trying to raise money for St. Jude's Children's Hospital by donating $5 off of every One Man Crew Bloodthirsty Savage t-shirt sold. And you can get them at prowrestlingtees.com/oneman-crew. So consider doing that. You not only get the t-shirt, but you'll be helping out St. Jude's Hospital. So nice going, One Man Crew. Take care of yourself and each other.
What would you be doing right now if it wasn't for your career? You know what I mean?
If it wasn't comedy, oh boy. Basically, like all the stuff that I've done is basically like things that I've done like a means to an end though. Like I got the degree that I got though because I'm like, okay, I can get decent jobs or whatever, so I can do comedy and whatever. I think that if I wasn't doing comedy though, it's like I'd probably be doing the standard stuff that everybody else my age is, basically picking a partner, popping out a kid or two, attempting to make as much money as I can, and hopefully going on a cool vacation every 2 years and then dying.
Right.
I mean, like when I think about it though, it's like I'm 34 right now, so about 2 years ago or whatever, it was like probably when my dad was like 32 or whatever, he bought this house that's now worth close to $500,000 because of like the housing market's absolutely insane. I mean, it wasn't that expensive back then, but and he was like supporting a wife and like 2 kids though on just his income. And obviously that sort of thing is not a thing now, because he was just an accountant. It wasn't like he was a brain surgeon or whatever. So it'd be like probably me chasing that dragon though of like, the stereotypical American dream though, possibly, moving out to like, bumfuck nowhere because the cost of living is so low. But, because of like my aspirations though, it's like I have to stay within striking distance of, a major city or a city that at least has like a decent comedy scene though, because like I remember, when I was traveling through Ohio thinking like, oh, okay, I'm going to do like a set or 2 here. And they have like an open mic, like maybe once a month, like that was like 20 miles away from where I was standing. And it wasn't that time of the month that the open mic was happening. Or like when I visit some family in Iowa and they're like, oh yeah, they have like daily open mics though, but like at minimum you'd have to drive like a good 90 miles or whatever. So that's not happening, sort of thing. So I should probably just be chasing that standard, middle class dragon, as they say.
Right. Hell yeah. Out of all the places that you have performed, what is your most favorite venue and least favorite venue? Shit on somebody.
Okay. I would probably say my 2 favorite venues are probably the House of Comedy in the 4th floor of Minnesota. If I wanted to pick a place that's basically like my home club, it would probably be there. The another place I really love performing is Sisyphus Brewing. They have a side room where they've actually recorded a few comedy specials. I really love those venues. As far as like venues that I absolutely hated though, is like I'd probably say like some of these one night stand places that I've performed at, like that Redneck Bar though, of like when like the sound system's just janky as all hell, it doesn't work or whatever. Like various of these one night stand locations are absolute dog crap. Those are basically what I would have to say.
So say you're having a bad night and you're starting to bomb, kind of like you were at the first 3 minutes at the gathering. What is your go-to joke to turn it around?
I kind of have to think about like what the audience is though. And then it's just kind of like, okay, then I kind of go into almost like greatest hits mode. Whereas like at the gathering though, it's like I was kind of opening with like, newer material for the first minute or 2 or whatever. And then I was kind of going like the tried and true type stuff though.
Right.
So then I kind of go into like, what I know works though. And sometimes it's like what I know works doesn't work. Sometimes like I'll have a new bit that goes really well in the cities though. But if I go in some like redneck area though, like I did a parody of the song WAP for a while. I just did the first verse, and that doesn't go well like 2 hours outside of the cities though. But it's like in Minneapolis, it'll go over great.
Right.
Would you like me to do that?
If you want to, go ahead, man. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah.
Okay, so the first verse of WAP is basically like, my grandma likes pop culture, but she hates swearing, so I've helped her out by rewriting the song WAP for her. So I call it wet as paint. It's like, hold up. I said certified neat freak 7 days a week. Wet as paint made the roller game week. Oh, yeah. You're messing with that wet as paint. Grab a bucket and mop for that wet as paint. Give me everything you got for that wet as paint. Paint it up, neighbor. Catch a ball. Extra large, extra cheesy. Put that pizza right on your face. Swipe your nose on your sleeve. Hop it back. I want to ride. I do a giggle when I'm inside. Spray my mouth. Look at my eyes. This paint is wet. Come take a drive. Tie my shoe up, please. Let's roller skate. I'll wear my helmet. I want you to park that taco truck right in my toy chest. Make me ice cream, make me scream out in public, make me a Sunday. I don't cook, I don't clean, but let me tell you how I got this swing.
You got the beat going while you do that?
I tried doing the beat one time, but then it just did not go well though, because I had somebody basically make the beat for me though, like an approximation, and it just threw me off. So I just would do that just like that though, because I don't want to time it out or whatever. So
practice makes perfect, but you know what you can and can't do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah, because when it comes to the whole beat sort of thing though, it's like either I would have to be on stage with a CD player, or I'd have to signal to the sound person. Sometimes the sound person's not paying attention or whatever, and it's just more moving parts that I don't necessarily want to deal with though. So,
right. Yeah. How do you feel the internet has impacted your business? You think you'd be where you're at without it?
I mean, right now I'm still low man on the totem pole. There's various reasons for that though. Like my job doesn't necessarily let me travel that much though. There's an area of what's the word for it? Politics or whatever of sometimes people, will book their friends instead of me or whatever.
Right.
The internet's, doing is fine though. But once again, though, it's I have to kind of rebuild my, my Twitter though. Cause it's me using Twitter is about as difficult as me starting flossing, so.
Right.
It's a process. I mean, some people are really good at it though. But once again though, it's just like everything though, when it comes to music or anything like that though, it's you have to get that momentum going though, and you have to keep it going. And once again though, with the whole glut of content out there though, it's just creating new stuff that people actually care about though. It's a whole process though. But once again though, it's with the internet being the way it is though, it's people can get way more famous than they could normally though, but then again you can also get lost in the shuffle though, so it's kind of whatever. Because back in the day though, you got on Carson, it's pretty much your ticket is punched, you can headline wherever you want. Nowadays it's I know people that have been on Colbert and they still have day jobs.
Right. Yeah,
so,
kind of the same thing with the music industry. You got to really really work hard to make ends meet at all.
I mean, one of the dirty little secrets that I'll tell you about the stand-up comedy scene, though, is there are people that I know locally that are full-time comics, that do nothing but comedy-related things. But what they won't tell you though is that they are living in a house or an apartment with 5 other dudes, or they have a wife, husband, whatever that's obviously financing them do stand-up comedy though. But a lot of times people don't want to admit that, but they just kind of go look at me, I'm a full-time comic. But you kind of go but your spouse is killing it in whatever field that she's in, or your husband or whatever though. But so it's almost like the analogy for libertarians though, believing that they hit a triple even though they were born on third base.
The damn dog. Sit down. I got 2 more questions. We got 8 minutes left.
Yep.
Lay down, dude. Sorry.
Yep.
No show ever goes completely smooth. None. Ever. Never.
That's fine. If you run out of time, feel free to call me back,
Oh, I got a few more questions, man, and then I'm going to record the other part of the show, edit it. I'll probably let it out Wednesday at 9 Eastern Standard Time. Yeah.
Sounds good.
What's the most trouble you've ever gotten into?
Trouble in what way?
You could take that question however you want. Financially, with the police, with your mom, it don't matter.
Oh God. I would say probably like the worst thing that's ever happened to me was when my mom's just a real piece of work. I don't know if I sent you the disability landscape interview I did though, but basically, long story short, I got kicked out of the house before I got out of high school. I got put into what's called adult foster care, and that basically just sidelined my life drastically.
I'm sure.
Basically, the guy that she was marrying didn't want to support a kid that wasn't his though, and she wasn't getting child support for, and it's easier to find a place for like 3 people than it is for 4. So that was probably like the biggest thing that like sidelined my life. I've actually never really gotten into trouble with like the law, the police, or whatever. I have a clean record, though. I'm sober and all that sort of stuff.
Good,
so
man.
I'd probably say that's probably the biggest thing, though. And of course, people like her and whoever would just drag my name through the mud of just crazy bullshit lies or whatever. But as I've told other people, though, it's like if even half of that stuff was true, though, it's like I would deserve like prison time, or like at minimum I would deserve like a day in court or whatever.
Right.
Just straight up like draining my college savings and abandoning me, leaving me to die basically is like, that's not how you handle any of that sort of stuff, so
I'm sorry you went through that, man.
Oh yeah, but I mean, like, I'm in a lot better place right now though. It's like I've lost a lot of weight, have a car, have a college degree and all that sort of stuff though, but it's been completely sidelined. I would say probably that was probably the biggest issue that happened.
What's the best advice you've ever been given?
The best advice I've ever been given, basically, never give up. There was a saying that Lou Thez said. Lou Thez was a famous pro wrestler in the NWA way back when. That was like before the WWF. And he said something to the effect of like, if it is to be, it's up to me. So it's like you can't necessarily rely on other people. You can't necessarily do that, though. It's not necessarily saying that I'm self-made, because I've actually gotten, help through a lot of people, not necessarily financially or exactly, but it's like if you want something, though, it's like you have to go get it. You have to talk to people, or if you don't know how to get it, you have to talk to other people that know more about whatever subject than you do, and basically, go from there. Because I remember when I was trying to figure out how to get into college, it's like I don't have college savings. My mom pissed it away. FAFSA, that might cover 10%. How does that work? And then someone goes like, well, you live way below the poverty line. You could go to college for little or nothing. I'm like, well, shit, I could probably afford little or nothing. And then I applied, and then, I have all my college paid for, so.
Let me apologize for a little bit of the background noise. I completely forgot to take off the dog's collar. She goes around like a damn bell.
It's all good.
It was really fun talking to you, man, and I appreciate you getting on the show. And you know what I'm saying? I hope you had a good time, and I hope you enjoyed yourself. Right now, if you could, give me a drop for the show. Say who you are. You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT, and then plug whatever you got going on. You know what I mean?
Yep. Hey, it's Alex Jaffe, and you're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
Thank you, man. I appreciate you.
Awesome. Yep.
What do you got going on? What do you got going on? Where's your next performance at?
My next big performance is going to be next week, Tuesday. I want to say it's the 13th at, oh God, I can't remember the venue, but basically it's a birthday party for one of the local comics. He told me I can do 10 minutes, so I'm just going to roast the living hell out of him. So you can probably find information like that about that on my Facebook thing as soon as he sends up the flyer to me. That's basically what I have going. Just check me out on Instagram, Twitter, Alex Jaffe Comedy, on Facebook, which would be under the one, the only, the Jaffe. Yeah, that's all I can really think of off the top of my head.
Hell yeah, man. It was an honor, man. Thank you again. You know what I'm saying?
Thanks for having me. Yep, you too. Yep,
come to the gathering next year, even if you're not performing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I'll definitely try to.
Hell yeah, man. I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks, man.
What's happening, y'all? This Wishbone, both of us motherfucking harmony, and it's just music.
What's your most useless talent?
My balls and my word.
What first got you into music?
My Uncle Charles.
Absolutely, man. Rest in peace to Uncle Charles, man.
Uncle Charles, the first thing that got me into music.
That's what's up, man.
killed my dog. Damn man, I miss my Uncle Charles, y'all. And he shouldn't be gone in front of his home when they did the boo was wrong.
If there is one thing that you could change about the industry, what would it be?
Get rid of weak music and motherfuckers that's promoting shit that promotes violence.
I feel it. I promote violence a lot in my music, but I'm trying to steer away from
We
that
do
shit.
too, though. I mean, it's just about violence that you've been through, not shit that you're trying to get other motherfuckers to do. Right. I mean, it's just about shit you speak about shit that you've been through, not no shit. You don't want nobody going out killing nobody. Right. That's bullshit. Music is supposed to be felt in love. It ain't about hurt and harm. You know what I'm saying?
In harmony. I feel it all day. Right. Hey man, I just want to tell you, man, that you were the very first rap group that I ever heard, and you inspired the shit out of me. I now have 10,000 followers on my Spotify, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? It's dope as fuck. I appreciate you talking to me, man. It's all day. Well,
All right, so now's the end of the show, and usually I close. So, what song that's released right now? I'm not talking about the song you heard the other day. Ain't nobody heard that yet. What song of mine you want to play?
I don't know. Which,
Whatever.
do I get to go up there and pick it?
If you want, yeah, here, I'll show you. Thank God for editing. So check it out. She picked the song A Message to God featuring Zuka and Killa C. If you don't know, Killa C has a book out now, From Crime to Christ, Thumbprints of God in the Life of a Criminal. You can get it on Amazon. You know what I'm saying? Anywhere you can get books at. These need to go into prisons all across America. This is a great book. Anyway, check this song out. You know what I'm saying?
What's up, God? Can you hear me? SicKKo Entertainment.
I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, feel like the Walking Dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said. That shit is stalked by demons, but I'm guarded by angels. Your weapons won't prosper, I'm not telling a fable. Unless it's just my time to go, I sit here screaming jug alone. When you open up the gates, can I come? Will you say no? Will you let me on the wagons? Oh, is my fate just full of flames? When it's time to toe tag him, will you judge me by my name? If a man loves his life, surely he will lose it. If you give it second chances, you should not abuse it. I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, I feel like the Walking Dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said. The shit is over. I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, I feel like the Walking Dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said. The shit is over.
I came into this world butt naked, a miracle at all that I was even created. First off, I would like to thank you. I heard of a lot of dope shit that you can do. If we could only sit down and chat, I have questions. Some good, some bad, and others I'd hate to mention. Cause I'm struggling down here with these thoughts, holding this mustard seed with all that I've got. Left behind, thrown out to the world with no manual. The Bible, you say? Am I supposed to take it literal? Yeah, I've read it. It's cool and a bit scary. Says my burdens are yours and not mine to carry. Well, thanks. I really appreciate it. But why does it seem like my burdens stay? It hurts and it's got this shit trapped in my head. At times, I feel like just ending it instead. But I think about the ones who need me. And if something were to happen, where would they be? I know they're curious, they have questions too. God, we're wondering, where are you? Where the fuck? Was it something that I said that keeps you away? Something that I did? I sin every day. The book says to pray and ease my mind. The human side of me says I'm running out of time.
I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, I feel like the Walking Dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said. The shit is over. I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, I feel like the Walking Dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said. The shit is over.
My God, no facade, can you see me? An army of haters who would wanna be me. A lobster in the steamy, want my downfall like Mussolini. Will you free me and redeem me, or am I just dreamy? Pain in my brain, my psychosis, I'm insane. Whatever did I do to destroy my mind frame? The PTSD deep within me like a flame, except it's burning up my spirit and I'll never be the same. I deserve the worst and I know that's my curse. curse, but do I really gotta suffer till I ride in the hearse? Spit verse after verse as my heart disperse. These words are my currency, I'm empty in the purse. They call me Killer C, but you know me as Cole, and I'm crying out from the deepest place in my soul. I got a bruised heart, I just wanna see your face. Looking back, all I see is your footprints from my birthplace.
I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, I feel like the walking dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said, the shit is over. I never thought that the thought of you would hurt. I let you deep inside my mind and now reality burns. I got a bruised heart, feel like the walking dead. Maybe if you would apologize, forget what I said, the shit is over.
For those that don't know, you know what I'm saying, Killer C was actually a pretty big feature. He was signed to Strange Music at one time in the group Grave Plot. Geez, always forget the group. What'd you think?
I think it was good.
Yeah. I'm sitting here and I'm, you know, flipping through the pages, and usually when I read a book, I will underline shit. And I want to share with you guys a little bit of what I underlined on page 108. You see how I underlined them? You know what I'm saying? The more songs we put out, the more power we had over them. It was a sick mess. As a father of daughters, I hate that the most. And then I underlined a few sentences down. Wish I could see every one of them one more time just to apologize for who I was to them. He's talking about girls that he treated on tour. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They were and are worth far more and better than I treated them. I'm sorry. Listen, empathy, sorrow. Most of the names and faces are all gone to me. That's my curse. This is a very, very good book. Another story that I like to tell about, that he talks about, is one time he was on probation for shit, you know what I'm saying? And he was living in this apartment, and I'm telling you the long story short, he tells it a lot better than I do. You know what I mean? He was living in this apartment, and he went to go see his PO, and his PO wasn't there, but the door was unlocked. And so he broke in and took her couch, because he had a truck with him. He put a couch in his back truck and took it to his apartment. He didn't have no furniture. He stole his PO's fucking furniture. Shit's funny, right? The shitty part about it is...
Like something you would do.
Right. Back in the day, for sure. But he went back to her... Or she... Jeez, I'm saying it all fucked up. A few months later, he got into some trouble over some drug shit. And he was talking to her outside the apartment or whatever... or whatever the hell it was, a hotel room, I forget. And she was talking like he was about to get off. And then she walked inside and saw her couch. And he went to prison. You know?
That's kind of fucked up.
So, you know, thanks for getting on the show. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Jeffrey, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Congratulations on playing The Gathering, you know what I'm saying? I hope that this show gains you fucking 10,000 more fans, you know what I'm saying? Maybe even 1 million, that'd be dope, right? Once again, LB Sickning making another video for my sickos. Thanks again. I love you. Bye.
Love you too.
Jerry Robinson with Strange Music.
What's the whoopty wow?
Got Missouri, man. Yo, this is Scum here with Lyrical Snuff Productions out in Denver, Colorado.
It's a 6 digit.
Man, y'all already know what it is, man. This is the boy Blaze 109. Run it back.
This is C-Lin.
Hey, Web, and
that's a hell of a drop.
I'm sitting here doing a show with my partner on Signature Series Network.
You're watching It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
What up, y'all? This is MC Snack.
I'm Kamikaze. Shout out to SicKKo ENT and Signature Series.
This is One Man Crew.
This is Candy the Clown, also known as Serenity Gemini.
It's your boy Cognito. You're watching It's Just Music.
You're watching It's Just Music on the Signature Series Network.
It's Just Music. This is It's Just Music, hosted by the homie, the Juggalo King, LB Sickning.
It's Just Music with SicKKo ENT.
And I'm kicking it with LB on Signature Sicker. I can't even do it. SicKKo, motherfucker. Holla at your boy.
Got the taste of success, I'm feeling your love. Hey, pour the bottle, homie. I'ma feel great. You wanna ride it on the saddle, homie. I'ma feel great.
To be a man and show your soft side, it's not easy to do. It's just not. It's not in us. You know what I mean? And Nick does that a lot in a lot of his music, man. Check this next one.
Now, this is my life. Black and white. Who am I? I'm Mr. Cooper.
This is LB Sickning, and you're watching Signature Series Network, the home of my new show, It's Just Music, with
Make sure you check me out.
Whoop. Crazy scary, you fucking listen to it, the sky turns red.
LB Sickning, SicKKo Entertainment.
I'll give you a 9.
Back in the booth and leave it to Lil Billy. I'm vibing really, still chasing me a million. On the beach in PC, R.I.P. Harley Dillon. Hey, and I'm dipping when I'm sliding. 26 is on the Chevy, so I'm dripping when I'm riding. Yeah, and that Rello burn slow. Little leaguers on go, they can't wait to turn pro. But I think a little different, and that's how I come from Cali, so it stank a little different. I'm still dizzy and I'm still down to hit 'em. Peas can still get 'em, cheese can still whip 'em. Extra clip 'em, bet we not the victim. SicKKo ENT and BTU get 'em.
I used to ride with the chain gang, lots of cocaine. Take a left at the light, man. I'm driving cause I'm white, man. How you think we paid for the studio tours? Ohio Hip Hop Awards, oh yeah, I'm coming for yours. I changed my life, man, I'm trying to live right, man. Baby boy stabbed at somebody's trying to fight, man. They're trying to bring the beast about me, let the devil sleep soundly. SicKKo ENT is better than you. I used to ride with the chain gang, lots of cocaine. Take a left at the light, man, I'm driving cause I'm white, man. How you think we paid for the studio tours? Ohio Hip Hop Awards, oh yeah, I'm coming for yours. I changed my life, man, I'm trying to live right, man. Baby boy stabbed at somebody's trying to fight, man. They're trying to bring the beast about me, let the devil sleep soundly.